Hey guys, how's it going? It's Kraken here. Welcome to a dark and stormy Ragnarok. I swear I've been waiting for this storm to finish for absolutely ages and it's just not happening. So I figured, hey, let's rock and roll, let's do it. So we have a bit of an update. This is a bit of an addendum to my last video because there's been a couple of little updates to the Valyrian Reins mod. After the initial launch, I had a few things sort of pointed out to me. Well done, you guys. A couple of bugs were discovered, and so we've made some quickfire updates, and this should be it now for Valyrian Reins for pretty much the foreseeable future, unless something breaks or goes horribly wrong. So what are these changes? Well, they mainly involve the 3 dinos there behind me as well. They're hidden behind the bush. As well as these 2 guys over here. Yes, the Phoenix and the Yeeling. So I must admit, I had completely forgotten that the Phoenix was a thing. That's how relevant it is, or was, because of course Wildcard have just made a few updates to it. Of course, it's now breedable. It's got genders, it's breedable, so you can breed those good stats into a nice line of phoenixes. They made it be able to walk on the ground a while ago, which is good because that saves me having to do it. It was in the pipeline, but yeah, don't have to do that anymore, which is absolutely wonderful. So of course it is a flyer, the last vanilla flyer that I had completely forgotten about. Sorry, Phoenix. Sorry, Hot Sauce. And then Sydney the Yeeling. Yeah, not flyer, but flyer adjacent, just like the Rock Drake. So it was suggested to me that I do a couple of things for it, and I was happy to oblige. But let's just focus on 3 of the OGs for now. So we've got the Rinio, and it has had a bug fix. Bug fix for a big bug, and it was a big bug because it wasn't getting its speed or stamina, so I quickly fixed that, so that's all hunky-dory now. And if we go into the Valyrian Reins admin, you'll see that the Rinio has one new option, the Rinio Carrying Speed Multiplier. And basically what this does is, well, you know that Rinio's got a nerf a while ago where if they are carrying something in their claws, they get reduced to half speed while they're carrying it. This basically lets you alter that while you have reins equipped, and you can go between 0.5, which is the standard vanilla default, to 1.0, which is 100%, which means there will be no speed increase at all if you pick something up while you're flying. So quick demo of that. Let's just grab Mr. Anki trotting around over here. You can see not slowed down at all. If I sprint as well, still nice and fast. If I drop it, still going at exactly the same speed. So yeah, that was suggested to me to add in. I was more than happy to do that, and just a nice little quality of life improvement. But as it is an admin option, it's not completely necessary. If you want to keep the default, of course you don't need to do anything at all. Now with the Wyvern and the Griffin, something that was brought up is that obviously there are costumes that exist for these guys, and if the Valyrian Reins are taking up the costume slot, well, you can't equip your favourite costume. Or you don't equip the Valyrian Reins. One way or the other, you're losing one of your favourite things. So what I've done is, if we go into the inventory, you'll see I've actually added in a Reins item slot. Now, this is actually a rename saddle slot. So if you do have other mods maybe that add a saddle slot already to Wyverns or Griffins, it won't take it away, it will just rename it to Reins. At the moment I can't do it on a case-by-case basis, so it will just rename all of them. It's fine, you can still put your saddle in there. Obviously Reins supply armor as well, so you might want to switch to using the Reins. It's entirely up to you because you'll get the host of other benefits. You won't be able to equip the Reins to the saddle, obviously, because it's not been in a saddle. I haven't been able to add it in as a config. If you have got a mod like this, do put the mod author in touch with me, get them to give me the information I need, and I could make it skinnable as well. So you won't be able to attach it as a costume anymore, but you will be able to attach it as Reins. There is a wee bit of a bug with this. Sometimes when loading in after a restart, it won't appear. You'll just see the costume slot, and if you had a set of Reins equipped, it will look like it's vanished. Don't panic, it hasn't. all you need to do is either run away out of render range and come back, or do something like put it in a cryopod or a dino ball and then throw it back out again. That'll fix it. It's just a replication thing. I'm going to see if I can come up with a way of fixing it. It's not an important one though. 9 times out of 10 you're probably not going to notice it, but yeah, just bear that in mind. So yeah, that's one little change to these two guys. The other change is, you'll see, obviously we've got the armor stats, but some people may not want wyverns and griffins to have armor. Obviously in vanilla they were designed around not having any armor, so if you're a server owner who doesn't want them to have that little bit of extra boost, absolutely fine. Go into your options, go into admin menu, go into griffin or wyvern, and you'll see there is now a prevent armor tick box. So just tick that for one or both of them, save and close, and then when you go in, you'll see it stays there for a second, then it disappears. Armor rating now of 0. When we take them off, that armor rating comes back, but when you put it back on, after a second, once the buff kicks in, that gets taken away. So yeah, that's just an added little extra option there if you want to do that. Like I say, it's disabled by default. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. This also exists for the Phoenix as well. So if you wanted your Phoenix to not have armor, that's entirely up to you. Now, funnily enough, with the Phoenix, it doesn't get either a costume or a saddle slot. So the costume slot is currently being added by the Kraken's Better Dinos testing branch that I've got installed. That's where that's come from. And then the Reins slot has been added by Valyrian Reins. Exactly the same. You may log in after a restart. It may not be there. Again, just run away out of render range and come back, or pull it up and chuck it back out again. That will fix it. So what other changes does the Phoenix get then? Well, if we head into the admin menu once more, let's show you. There we go. Speed, stamina, rotation increase. Pretty simple, but 3 things that it desperately needs. You can also give it the option to allow mounted weaponry if you really want, and again, you've got that prevents armor option if you want to do that. I had completely forgotten how slow vanilla Phoenixes were until I started testing this, and oh my word, did I need a speed increase. 50% by default. Honestly, I'd recommend knocking that up to 2, but 50% I've set as the default as a nice middle ground. Stamina as well, 50%. Of course I need stamina. And rotation increase, that is mainly for the supercharged fly mode. Obviously turning circle of a barge when it's doing that. In fact, let's quick demonstrate that. If I take the reins off, and there we go. So vanilla sprinting, it's not fast. Obviously much faster when we're doing the charge boost in a straight line, but our turning circle is, oh my god, it is enormous. Oh, it's so wide. Eventually we'll get back to where we started from, but oh, it's painful. It is painful. So once we pop a set of reins on, this is just a set of primitive reins. So immediately we're now flying normally probably as fast as we were sprinting before. Our sprinting much faster. This also does affect the supercharge, so that's going to be much quicker as well. And that 50% rotation rate increase, not quite turning on a dime, but oh my goodness, so much nicer. You can see just how much faster we're traveling. I do feel that the does burn through your foods quite quickly though. I haven't got any sulfur on me. Let me quick spawn some in real quick. Okay, so that's hot sauce all fed and happy. On to the Yearling, one of the newer dinos added to Ark Survival Ascended. I really like it. I really like it, but obviously the Reins give it a few improvements over its vanilla ability. So if we go into the options, let's take a look at what those are. So if we scroll down, speed increase just 10%. That's enough for default, I feel. But obviously if you do want to bump that up and make them absolutely rapid, do you mind, Mr. Pig? rude. As I was saying, my word. Yeah, 10% is probably enough, but if you want to up it and have super fast yieldings, that's entirely up to you. Just remember, all these configs are global. It won't just apply to your own personal one, it will apply to all of the ones on the server. Remember that if you are an admin. I use stamina increase 50% again. It greatly benefits from that because, again, it can eat through stamina quite quickly. And then these last ones at the bottom here, use additional jumps, dashes. I've actually changed the manners one to say that as well, just so I can reuse UI elements basically. But with the yielding, it is a little bit different. So with the mana, you got 1 extra jump or sideways dash per single point of durability, up to a maximum of 10, obviously, with durability 10. Slightly different with the yielding, you can only get a maximum of 5, and you get 1 extra per every 2 points of durability. So a durability 2 will give you 1 extra, 4 will give you 2 extra, 6 will give you 3 extra, 8 will give you 4 extra, 10 will give you the whole 5 extra, and obviously in betweens as well. Then we've got the dash vertical multiplier, so this is something you might want to consider using. Maybe you think having additional jumps, additional dashes, sorry, should I say, is too much, but you feel it can still do a bit of help for dashing. Well, you can increase the vertical multiplier, so you can give its dash extra height. So if we were to say double that from 100% basically when we're running now, gives us extra height on the ground one, and when we're jumping and doing the gliding one, gets us much higher in the air. Now at the moment I've only got a set of primitive durability 1 reins on, so I get no extra dashes from that. You can see my dash box is yellowed out, but if I were to swap those out and put on, let's see what we got. Let's say set of durability 5. So that will give us 2 extra dashes and a bit of extra speed as well, because of course it does scale with durability. So if we dash up now, wait for the bar to fill up, and you can see it doesn't turn yellow, stays blue. That's 1 extra and 2 extra, and of course we've got this combined with the vertical multiplier as well, so that gives us an awful lot of air to work with. Just gliding quite happy now. I can't do any more. All pressing C will do now is change my perspective. If we fly back down again, oh, changing reins does not reset this, by the way. So if I were to swap from that and put a set of primitive back on, or not primitive, let's say a durability 3, which of course will give me 1 extra, it doesn't let me do it. But if I were to swap to a set of ascendants, which is durability 10, so that gives me 5 extra, that actually does let me then do an extra 1, an extra 2, an extra 3, and just that. So that took us up to the 5 maximum, because of course we had already done 2, but swapping back out isn't going to refresh that. So don't worry, admins, there's no chance that anybody's going to sort of be able to cheese that and end up going up above the skybox or anything because of it, unless you've been silly and done something like this. Oh, and gone to yielding dash modifier, say 10. Pop those one. Ooh, pop those ones on. Ooh. Oh, it would help if I press C instead of jump again. There we go, to the heavens. To the heavens we go. Can we do another one, or are we going to hit the skybox? Oh, no, not quite hitting the skybox yet. Oh, we're going to do it now. I'm a bit worried if I hit the skybox I'm going to die. Oh. There we go. That must have been it. So yeah, It's all fully customizable, of course. Don't feel that you have to do this. The option is there if you want to. So that's pretty much it from me, just giving you those updates. As always, if you want to keep informed and see what's going on, join me on my Discord. We've got the updates channel there. Feel free to come and chat and join us as well. If you are a donator, if you would like to donate to my Ko-Fi, like I said in the last video, it'd be very greatly appreciated, especially with my situation at the moment. The ankle is healing slowly. I'm hoping to be back to work. Well, I am actually going to be back to work quite soon, which is going to help. It'll take away from the modding a little bit, but obviously I need to be back to work to get pennies in my pocket. But of course, if you would like to donate to my Ko-Fi, yeah, please do feel free. Ever so greatly appreciated. It will get you access to the Sneaky Peeks channel on the Discord as well. So, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube niceties, and I will see you again, hopefully quite soon for, well, maybe another mod update video, maybe just some updates, maybe just a bit of playing Ark. I might do a bit of a playthrough video if that's something you guys want to see. You never know, we've got the channel, we may as well use it. All right then guys, have yourself a good night. Thanks ever so much for watching, and this is Kraken1 out.